How can you perform any task effectively without having a friction? How can you become that performer using your fullest potential? This is the ultimate secret. If you can connect the work that you do with your values, even in small ways, you can become a game changer. My name is Brinda Kalyanaraman, and you're watching EQ 101 Hacks to improve your emotional intelligence. I teach women how to achieve freedom from stress, time, and debts using emotional intelligence and digital entrepreneurship. To know more about me, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to be notified for future episodes. And also look at the social media handles given in the description below to know more about me. In this episode, we will see how to connect with your values so you can perform frictionless. Of course, there are other external factors attributed to it, but internally, you can perform at your optimum. Because in the previous episodes, we saw how to discover what you really want. Primarily, we spoke about value system. And this picture can tell you how it is important to know your core value to perform your optimum. You need to know that all these elements are going to attribute towards your purpose, especially the values. A child is able to develop their personality as young as they were 7 years old. They form strong likes and dislikes about them. And then they take shape in their values. They pick up inspiration, value systems from their family, their associations, their school, their education, and many other external influences. And then they form belief systems. Based on that, they also acquire capability. And that's what is going to help them, their desired behaviors. And of course, environment being stronger than your willpower is also going to attribute towards your journey. But if you see, values are like a guiding compass. They are going to decide on what is the sense of right and wrong in you. They help us create the future we want. Individual values can shape the way he or she conducts their life, the way he or she forms association, their influences, their interest group, likes, dislikes, etc. One of my top values is learning and growing, self-growth. How I see this value displayed in all the dimensions in life. Whenever there is a life setbacks, whenever I take a dip, I immediately go to a learning mode. With that learning, with that knowledge expansion, I feel confident to bounce back. And I also use this learning and growing aspect in every day-to-day transactions also. Suppose I talk to a customer, I talk to them not to, treat them just like a customer. Instead, I want to win them as a raving fan. My effort, my time, my money, everything will be focused in terms of learning and growing. Even if I watch a movie, I draw inspiration, I learn from it. And I want to implement that for my, personal growth. I don't just do a task, instead I learn something out of it. With given time and space, I would like to master that craft because I value my time and effort, money into it. Be it family, be it parenting, building a relationship, work, business, or even networking. I would like to, add a meaning towards every conversation, every task that I involve. In the previous episodes, we saw how to narrow down your activities, narrow down the dimensions of life, the areas of life that you're concentrating every day, most of your time, most of your energy, money spent on it. It is very important to arrive at those areas also and see how your top values and this, important areas is actually playing a lot of role in your everyday activities. This is what will help you prioritize your task and will help you march towards your larger goal. Now another example. Now that I know my top values, I would like to see how it is playing in the top aspects of my life. One of the dominating area where I spend most of my time and energy is also towards my family. Family being important area in my day-to-day life and a larger goal, I would like to see how my top values are playing here. For example, cooking. The intent is to provide them the best nutrition, both for myself and my family. So health and nutrition being the main value, I would like to see how my other values are also in play. What I do is I learn the right recipes which is adding best nutrition to my family and to myself. So the top value is playing. So instead of cooking whatever is available, or instead of eating whatever is available, I learned the right method. I learned the right way to cook, to eat, to serve, even to maintain the kitchen cabinet. I organize in such a way that it is easy for me to handle. At the same time, we avoid a lot of preservatives, frozen foods. We don't even keep the old food in the fridge or reheat it and have it. Most of the times I avoid. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I take an effort and time to make sure that I provide the best nutrition. You see, now the learning and growing for self-growth is not just limited to work or business. It is also pervading in the important domains of my life. Now you may want to ask, okay, now that you have your value system in place, is it not selfish to inject your values in others? See, I already told you, values will help you, give you that sense of what is right and wrong. If you're very clear, then you'll be able to communicate the same thing to others. But everybody comes with their own likes and dislikes. So how are you going to handle that? That's where you need to build your capacity. The capacity to be able to communicate what is right and wrong, why you're doing what you're doing, and what are the pros and cons if you do this. If you're able to put this across to the other person whom you're living with or whom you're working with, and if they are able to convince, if you're able to influence them and they have the acceptance, that's when you will see the behaviors is complementing each other. And that's where you can build an environment which is conducive for all of us to achieve the larger goal. You see how values is determining one's belief system, and how you have to overcome those limiting beliefs by connecting with your values, and how you have to build capacity in you so that you'll be able to influence others using your own values, and thereby you're creating an environment which is conducive. That's where all the tasks that you want to perform, be it small or big, is going to be optimally functional for you. And that's how you'll be able to perform at your maximum with your fullest potential. Remember how values are going to play key role in determining your actions and inactions. You cannot ignore them. But if you're lucky, if you're able to connect your values with whatever task you're doing, you will be able to arrive at a greater choices in life. Be it choosing a career, choosing a life partner, starting a business venture, you will be able to march towards your larger purpose. Until I see you in the next episode, stay tuned and stay foolish to learn more. There are many exciting episodes coming up on your way to help you build your values, to help you keep connecting with your values so you'll be able to achieve larger goals. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.